one of the best tips that I can give you, honestly, is to control your handling time a little bit better on Amazon. Basically, what that's going to do is it's going to improve your metrics because if you don't change this, your normal generic handling time that's just set in there, I believe, is a day. Okay, and so if your suppliers aren't shipping out fast, you're going to get dinged with late shipments, and too many late shipments, obviously, can really hurt your seller profile and even get you suspended. So you need to be on top of that. And it's going to vary supplier to supplier. Like the majority of the suppliers that I use personally usually ship out within like 2 to 3 days. Most of them ship out within a day or two. Okay. Every once in a while, there'll be a longer supplier, and I try to avoid those. So, like, if a supplier takes, 5 to 7 days, or some of them even, I think there's, one that takes, 5 to 9 days or something, right? I usually try to avoid those because that is going to lead to unhappy customers when they're not getting updates on their shipments and it doesn't ship fast, right? But every once in a while, I will look the other way if the profit margin is just ridiculous on a product like that. So I will actually go after that. But the little tip that I'm going to give you here to adjust your handling time will really help with those suppliers as well. But also, I recommend doing this with at least 2 or 3 days, Generally, I set all mine to 3 originally right off the bat. And then if they need more, I'll set them to 5. And then if they need more, I'll set them to 9 or 10 if it's a really long supplier, right? But even the suppliers that ship out in a day or two, I still set them to 3-day handling time because I've seen that it really doesn't affect your buy box performance that much, but it saves your metrics on the back end and gives you an extra day or two to play with so that you can get your shipments out on time. Because if you end up with a high late shipment rate, I guarantee you'll run into problems. It's really simple. You just need to adjust your handling time on the listing. So for example, let's say you're listing this product in Amazon, right? You put the ASIN in here, you search it. Oh, okay, you can sell it. So you're going to sell this variation. So what happens here is you're going to put the quantity in, and then what you need to do, and obviously the condition, the fulfillment channel, what you're going to do, fulfill by yourself, the price, et cetera, but you want to click on advanced view when you're listing, and then you'll see if you scroll down, you'll see this empty handling time here, and generally it's just set to, I believe, 1 or 2 days. I think it's just 1 day. So you want to at least put this to 2 or 3 and then save it. So don't just change your price. Don't just change, the condition. Also change the handling time and then click save and finish. I recommend setting them all to 3, at least when you're starting. If you really, have a supplier that's really getting them out super, super quick, then maybe go 2, but I would not recommend going any lower than that, and always change your handling times. I'm telling you, if you forget to do this, you're going to run into late shipments and it's going to be a problem. Now, if you've already added shipments and you've already added inventory and you're seeing this, and you want to know how to change your handling time, well, you just need to go into manage your inventory and edit each listing one by one like this. So for example, let's say we wanted to change this listing. Well, we're in my inventory. You just want to go over to edit, and it's going to take you to that same exact screen. And again, you're going to have the advanced view on when you click edit, and you just want to adjust the handling time to 3 or 5 or 10 or whatever it is. Okay. Now you don't want this to be too high. So if this is shipping out in a day or 2 from my supplier, or maybe 2 to 3 days, I don't want to set the handling time to 10 because then it might affect my buy box performance, and I'm risking buy box performance when the shipment isn't taking that long, right? Because one of the main keys to getting the buy box on Amazon, and I'm actually going to add a lecture on what goes into getting the buy box here after this video so that obviously price is number 1, but number 2 is availability to the customer, right? How fast can it get there? Well, shipping time matters in, how fast it can get to the customer, and so does handling time, okay? So this is a major, thing that's going to, improve or, I guess, hinder your buy box performance, or when you match the lowest price on a listing, it will hinder that, and take, some sales potentially away from you. It won't really, if you set it to 2 or 3, but if you set it to 5 to 10 and other people are shipping out a lot faster, then obviously that will be a big issue. But the only reason I'm saying this is because you want to be safe. You want to play it safe, right? You don't want to be missing late shipments or having late shipments because they're going to rack up fast, especially as you scale. And so you need to stay on top of this. You need to make sure that your handling time is set to 3 at least. I recommend no less than 2, believe me, okay? And then obviously you need to make sure every supplier and every listing that you add, it's not saying that it's going to take longer than that.